All right. Welcome, Garvita. First of all, congratulations on passing PMP exam. I can see smile on your face. How are you feeling?
Very excited after clearing this PMP exam. It was over my mind for more than a year. Um, and I'm really, really happy that I could clear it. It was one of the major milestones in my career journey, and I could achieve it. And I'm really, very happy about my success.
Wow. So let's start with your brief introduction, your professional background, so that listeners would have idea about your project management experience.
Okay, so I'm a trained HR professional, and at the moment I am offering freelance services. I have clients in US as well as in India, and I offer entire gamut of HR services. It's being a year that I am into freelance role. Before this role I was working with a company full time, and there I was doing some project. So, and I coincidentally landed on hard copy of Rita Mulkahe's 6th edition book. So just by referring to the project management thing, I was interested got interested into it because I could really figure out a lot of things which were useful in the projects that I was doing with the previous company. And yeah, that is all about me. And right now I'm taking up project related roles in HR domain and other domains as well. That is what I'm doing at the moment. Yeah.
All
And I
right.
have around more than a decade of experience in my credit.
All right, great. I'm happy that you have passed the exam and we were working throughout your journey. Really enjoyed working with you. Found you really a thorough professional, very dedicated to your studies. I think you are the one who had texted me the most about
Queries.
questions, about various things. So you
Yeah.
were constantly in touch with me, and I really like that. When somebody is in need of help, I really like to do that. So yes, let's talk about your exam preparation journey. So, uh, what resources did you use?
Okay, so primarily I referenced Rita Mulkahe 10th edition book and PMP Agile uh,
Mm-hmm. PMI Agile Guide.
Agile Guide. Yeah. So uh, primarily Rita Mulkahe only, 10th
Okay.
edition. I think I read it thoroughly twice, and the first time I read and gave the questions at the end of the book, I was, in fact, without reading the text also I was scoring like 60s. So the journey was for me was to get to 80 plus consistently from that 60. So reading the book is very good. It is so detailed, and for professionals who don't have complete view of project management, it offers the details. It just connects all the dots on the puzzles. And I read it once and I got a hang of it, and I was still not confident to write the exam, so I read it again, and I was like able to understand the entire process in entirety, and that kind of gave me confidence that I'll be able to clear the exam. Because in the back of my mind I always had the PMP is a very tough exam. I have heard the same thing from a lot of people. So I was very, very nervous, and I wanted to have that confidence in me before choosing to write the exam. So when I read the book second time, I was quite confident that I understand the topics. And I then started with the questions that you had shared. And yeah, and I started getting 70 plus, 75 plus in the first few weeks, and then I was on the upper side of 80s and also in 90s in most of the questions. So then I was like, yes, I'm all set. Then I just wrote my
All right.
exam and yeah, cleared it. Yeah.
Great. So you have read the book and you solved mock
My
exams,
exam.
my mock
Mock exam.
exams, and you were getting 80% or 70, more than 70, and you thought you're ready. You're missing something.
The Q&A sessions.
Yes.
I did Q&A sessions. I couldn't attend many of them because that was the morning time for me and my morning routine. But I did go through most of your YouTube videos offline. Yeah, they were really good in sense they provide a lot of insights on how people think and what are the reasons why questions can go wrong. What are the key points that one need to be looking for? So and that practice actually tuned my mind to look for the correct answers and the approach to the questions during the PMP exam, final exam. It did help. Yeah.
All right, great. So if you compare real exam with those Q&A sessions, how would you?
I would rate equal. I would
Okay.
rate equal. And I've heard a lot of people saying they found the exam easy, but honestly, for me, I felt it was really, uh, really meaty. I mean, it wasn't definitely easy. And in my case, the first 8, 10 questions were very difficult. I mean, I invested a lot of time in dealing with them. It is not like you don't know the answer, but there are two close answers which are very very close, and there were times when you are not even aware about what language they're using, in the sense, absolutely fine, this is absolutely fine. So when it is just the two options, it took me time. Yeah.
All right, all right. Yes, exam is challenging. That's why the
So
Q&A
more or
sessions are.
less same, more or
Yeah,
less same. I will not say they were very difficult, but of the same level of Q&A sessions. If you are clear with Q&A sessions, if you are able to score, I think 7 plus, you are good to go. I mean, you can be confident from inside that you have very fair scope of passing the exam above target. So the challenge is not to pass the exam, but to pass the exam 80.
with above
So
target. Right.
yes, I mean, when you uh, place a benchmark for yourself, like 80, then the pressure mounts. You have to do the extra bit to be able to reach that target. Otherwise, passing the exam is not really that difficult if you are good with the foundation concepts. But
All
if you
right.
are making sure that you are towards the higher end, then you need that extra practice. Q&A definitely work awesome. And I was taken aback when your site was down. I was like, how do I go through
Yeah.
review on those Q&A
Yeah, we
sessions?
were
Yeah.
in constantly in communication, and I told you like they would be back in a couple of weeks. Yes.
Right.
How
I
much
waited.
time you spent in the entire preparation process? Actual
um
time.
Actual time, see, Rita Mulkahe book, reading it initially was very time consuming. um, uh, to be honest, I have taken about 6 months of effort in reading the book twice. And I am a safe certified professional, so agile concepts were not difficult, but understanding the flow in PMP language, the concept was the key for me. So almost 6 months of preparation, 2 to 3 hours. And in the last 1 month, what I did when I booked for my appointment for PMP exam, what I did was the questions that you have shared. So there were approximately 100 questions per set. So I would do that 100 question religiously. That would take plus 2 hours. And then 2 to 3 hours of analyzing those questions, why I got them right and why I got them incorrect. So this was my routine in once I booked my exam. So my reading was done before I booked my exam. Almost 6 months of train.
All
I
right. So
mean,
you were constantly studying for 6 months.
in breaks, there were times when I could not study, but yeah, approximately I studied for 6 months.
All
There
right.
were
All right.
complete 2 months where I when I could not pick my books, notes. And also one thing, what I did while reading the Rita book, I had made notes in an Excel. So each work, so there were separate pages in the work in the Excel, each chapter wise. So whatever key concepts, so I don't have to read the entire book. whenever next revision happens. And while deciding on what will go in my notes, I was able to record it in my mind also. So this was important. So that way I would just cut paste in my Excel sheet, and they were ready reference. And same I did with simulators as well. So any questions where I felt okay, this is a new concept for me, and this is a clarity that the question has offered, so I'll just cut paste and put it in my Excel. So for me it was easy to review. So when there were days when I could not pick my book, I would just review a worksheet so that I am aware about that particular concept. And I did that topic wise. So stakeholders, cost, quality, and so that's how I did my, you know, preparation for the final review
All
by
right.
developing that Excel sheet.
All right. What was the most challenging thing in the entire journey?
Keeping myself motivated
Okay.
and keeping the patience and confidence that I'll be able to clear the exam. So keeping that faith in myself was yeah, a little difficult thing, because there were times when I just could not devote any time to my study preparation. And yeah, to come back and bounce back, it
How did you
wasn't a
do that?
challenging thing but a difficult. My self motivation to clear this exam was very high, so the drive was internal. And see, I have also have a sabbatical of 10 years, so I am just trying to brush up myself with whatever is latest. So the goal of reaching back to my potential, the goal of coming back to the professional world is high enough, and I'm willing to do whatever it takes to be able to equip myself to deal with the situations, professional situations. So that motivation is very big. So that kept
Correct.
me working towards this
Absolutely.
preparation.
Staying motivated and committed to studies is one of the biggest challenges.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And especially managing time with family, friends, and job
yeah,
and work and everything. It's challenging. Good. All right. How
yeah.
did you manage time during the exam?
Okay. My initial strategy was to divide 75 hours each for all the three sections. So that would like 225, 5 minutes was buffer. So that's how I planned it in my mind. I was like, I'm confident, I have done enough of practice, so 75 minutes per section is enough for me. But then the first 8-10 questions just marred my planning and strategy. I almost spent, more than 2.5 minutes per question. So, however, the good thing was after those set of 8-10 questions, there were a couple of easy questions. I kept feeling that, am I going to really pass this exam? That was the kind of difficulty level of initial questions. So, but then some easy questions did come in. So I was like, okay, okay, there are questions that I can quickly do. So my initial strategy was 75 minutes per section. However, it didn't work since I got initial set of very difficult questions. So I invested more than 85 minutes in my first section only. And yeah, I mean, I kept pulling myself that I don't want to miss any question unattempted. I can just leave the questions if I don't know, but I don't want an opportunity where I'm not even able to read the question. So that was the thing I was telling myself repeatedly, and I was just working, and I was just looking at the watch, and then you are not used to of seeing the watch in the reverse order. I mean, my mind was guided, trained in sense like 75 minutes. Okay, my 70 questions are done, and it was reverse kind of a thing. So keeping tab of that thing was also little uh, consuming in the sense, but it did the it got worked out because there were a lot of questions which were familiar. There were a lot of questions which were easy to uh, clear. So yeah, it just worked out.
All right, great. And what were the most important topic or the dominant topics in your exam, or where students should focus during the studies?
I think everything A simulator is a good enough example of how the exam is showing up. So I would suggest do some good simulators, or maybe you have provided 4 sets of question papers, so doing that will give fair idea of how the questions would be. uh, it was in line with the guidelines given by PMI, like a lot of people management business environment questions were little, and then yeah, process related questions were there were a lot of process related questions. I cannot demark whether agile and non agile, because I see mix of both of them.
Right.
It wasn't like predominantly agile kind of a thing, but yes, there was a mix of both questions. And to tell you about the kinds of questions, for every set I had at least 3 match the following questions. I
Okay.
think they were the most easy for me.
Okay.
They were, I mean, because I knew the concept, so I was able to connect them. Um, so on an average, 3%, and around 10 questions were there in the entire question paper. I would suggest that do go through the PMI Agile Guide as well, because there were questions directly lifted from there as well.
Okay.
The concepts were there, and then yeah, it was
All right. All right. And did you have any question where you needed to do some mathematical calculation?
none.
Okay, right. So there was no question. All right. And did you take the exam online at home or at the exam center?
Exam center.
How was your experience there?
Good. The staff was cordial. It was, I mean, you just, they didn't allow you to write, even if suppose your exam is screen is not on, they will not even let you write. So I had a, I thought that I will use my time to scribble some notes before the exam starts, but they didn't allow you. The staff was cordial, the environment was nice. And yeah, it was good center for me over here. I would recommend that people can taking the exam from the center, because it relieves you from the pain of waiting for the result. They give you your instant result, so you are relieved. Yeah, my it was good experience. Yeah, but there was a lot of checking. Each time you take the break, and they'll check you, I mean, even if you're just sitting with them. So yeah, that was little, I mean, I thought it was a little funny. I can't hear you.
All right. So you have gone through the entire process. You attended the course, read the book, you prepared well, passed the exam. What do you think? How useful this course is for someone to learn project management or new skills or new approaches?
Okay, I think it's one of the best courses, project management thing. It is not just about managing projects in an official environment, but it do gives insight about managing one's own personal working ways as well. It offers a lot of clarity in general also. So even if you are not a project management professional, one can take this course, because whatever area you work in, it is bound to give you insights on improving your own productivity, because it offers you a clear way of working. It offers you a transparency system. Sometimes, in professional life, we are not sure of what to do. So this system offers you that kind of transparency, where okay, this is the right option to do. There are lots of times when you are in dilemma what to do. So understanding the project management way of working offers you clarity in such dilemma situations. That's my personal understanding. Yeah, any career, anyone who has been on any career path can take this course. It definitely is one of the very good courses,
All right. All
very
right.
relevant. Yeah,
Thank you. Any advice that you want to give to PMP aspirants?
trust yourself. And yeah, I have seen a lot of videos where people think pass the exam without reading the book. But why you want to pass the exam without reading the book, without understanding the content? So just read the book, understand the content, because it is the content which is going to be paying you after passing the exam. So just refer to a good book. I loved Rita Mulcahy's way of explaining things. PMP book is little difficult for starters who are not very much into project management. So Rita Mulcahy gives a lot of valuable ways of uh, understanding it. So I would recommend Rita Mulcahy. Do one good set of simulator is very important, and have a good mentor. I mean, somebody who can, you can just look back for any queries. Somebody who can support you, and if you can have a group, that is excellent, because then you are constantly engaged and you are constantly motivated in that particular scenario.
All right. Thank you so much, Garvita. I think we have covered everything. This would be really helpful for people who would be watching. Once again, congratulations and thank you for taking time for this lessons learned session. Enjoy your success and I wish you all best of luck. Stay in touch and you can contact me anytime whenever you need help.
Thank you, Amar. You have been one of the strongest pillars through my journey, and I would not have enough of words to thank you on this thing. Yeah, thank you so much for all the help that you had extended beyond your, things, and really appreciate. I'm really thankful
Thank you
for
so
all
much.
your
Thank
support.
you for kind words. I'm happy on your success, and that's what that's what the reward is. You passed the exam, and it really made me happy, and that keeps me motivated. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Take
Yeah,
care. Bye.
bye.